Good day. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. So we got some new Nightwish news now. Things have been kind of on the downward slope, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean they've been wrapping up the rest of what was supposed to be a tour that ended probably almost a year ago now. We have had some cancellations with Floor and everything. But other than that, she's also been doing her solo thing. She opened up for Metallica when they were basically right near her house, and which worked out great because I think it was good for her project, and being that there's already a relationship there, I just think it makes sense, especially being right so close to home base. Now that we're all caught up, the new news is that they're ready. They've completed all the demos for the 10th studio album. Now Nightwish has completed recording demos for its 10th studio album. The band will enter the studio soon to begin proper recording, tracking the effort for a 2024 release. I'm thinking it may be late 2024 because just knowing the logistics and the process. I mean, even if they go in there and bang it out and they've been rehearsing and all that, there's still the mastering, mixing, mastering, all that stuff. And I know that they're going to, especially Thomas, that, they're going to be really, picking at it. And especially where this album is basically part of a trilogy, because earlier today on Nightwish's social media was updated on of Thomas Holopain and the rest of the band basically at an undisclosed location in Finland. I'll scroll down. Here's the pic. And they're basically saying that the demos for number 10 are now complete. We are happy, and guess what? Recording is next. Last December, Holopainen said that the band's upcoming follow-up to 2020's Human to Nature will be the third part of a trilogy that began with 2015's Endless Forms Most Beautiful. He told Metal Hammer. I immediately knew after getting that album, Endless Forms Most Beautiful, done, that okay, we have to do more songs about this because there's so much more to explore and to tell the world. We're not done with this, and the same thing happened after Human to Nature. We're still not done, so let's do one more, at least one more. Now that's pretty cool. I think to do, because trilogies are kind of people's thing. Everybody likes a movie trilogy. Everybody, and to make this all-encompassing kind of story, it's like, and knowing, from what I've seen from live stuff and everything from this, it's like, are they gonna go to space? Is they gonna, I mean, it's just there's a lot of things that are still left on the table that a band like this could really tell a great story of. There's such great storytellers, and that's one of the things I would have to say personally I love the most about Nightwish, is that every song is this journey, this story, this piece, and there's so much, and you could even like cut away all the vocals and it would still be this incredible song, or vice versa. There's so much going on. In a way, the next album is the third part of a trilogy. We already read that part. According to Thomas, Nightwish's next LP will cover previously uncharted ground while continuing in the more cinematic style that has characterized some of the band's recent efforts. Cinematic is a term I've actually used when doing reaction reviews. The wonderful thing is that we have had the demo of the album done since last spring, so they've really been mulling this over and probably picking at it, doing changes. So it's been done for 6 months now. We really have all the time in the world to go through it all, and we have had such a great time with the band, just listening to the demo in our hotel rooms, me singing the lyrics and the melodies to Floor's vocals. She's recording them, and then she's seeing them and throwing ideas at each other, and just the process. And especially, I think now with the silver lining of how things had to happen and how they had to be separated, and how she had to basically write an album from her house. Having that there is perfect for them to be able to demo and stuff like that, and her still be able to take it easy at home and not necessarily have to be on the road or singing in a hotel room. I mean, she's towards the end of the pregnancy here now. Hall Opinion went on to say Nightwish's fans will have to wait a while before hearing new music from the band. We'll to the studio next year. Basically, being the recording of this video, if they started at the beginning of the year, yeah, they could get the whole thing done within a year. But I foresee it would be coming out around Christmas, which I guess makes perfect sense. Now on August 2022, Thomas told Rox Ferige that they spent about a year working on the music and the lyrics for the next Nightwish album, which they did have plenty of downtime. Asked if he got any kind of inspiration from the pandemic, Thomas said, yeah, lyrically, there's a couple of things that reflects the pandemic, but not in the way you would expect, which, very cool. Now, Human to Nature was released in April 2020. The follow-up to 2015's Endless Films Most Beautiful was a double album containing 9 tracks on the main CD and 1 long track divided into 8 chapters on the second CD. That's insane. And yeah, wow, just that's what makes them so much more akin to like orchestral pieces and operatic pieces that are just happen to be metalized. It's basically literally what they're doing is they're meshing them 2 things together and then metaling it up. Now, in November 2022, singer Floor Jansen revealed that she was cancer-free after recently undergoing surgery and all that for her breast cancer diagnosis, and we're super happy that was caught early and everything got taken care of with that, because that's the big C is always a scary thing no matter what. Past March, Floor and Sabaton drummer Hans Vandal announced that they were expecting their second child. Jansen and Vandal already have a 6-year-old daughter named Freya. Freya? Yeah. Perhaps. I probably got it wrong. I'm sorry. In April, Nightwish announced plans to take a break from touring. And I want to talk about that for a minute. And will not hit the road in support of the band's next studio album. The group added, the reasons for this decisions are personal, but we all agree vital to the well-being and future of the band. Be assured that we will still love working together. We all still that we still love working together, and this decision has nothing to do with Flo's pregnancy or our individual projects. You can say that, but there's only so much time to do things, and everybody wants to kind of do their thing, and that's awesome. However, they have an album. It's got 12 new songs that will see bright daylight in 2024, as will 3 music videos. So we're going to get 12 new songs, 3 new videos. The band is positively hyped beyond words over this new upcoming musical adventure. And very cool. Now, I personally, this is the timing of everything. They're still catching up, ending a tour that was supposed to be done a while ago. Everybody's trying to play catch up and cram a lot of stuff, and logistically we're still dealing with issues. I could get into all of the tiny little logistics that make big differences, but I'll spare you the details and add that, with projects, Flo's pregnancy, and then just touring, getting done with this out, they've been working nonstop. And so it's like, then you're going to expect them to tour. She's going to have a brand new baby. It'll be a year old by the time the tour would be taking place. You see, it's just like, and I'm not saying that it's just, that's reasoning. Floor is, I'm just saying, I do think it's a part of that just because of that. Use common sense. They are in a position where the whole family can come on tour, obviously. But I think it's a matter of fatigue. They don't want to put themselves in a position where, they start getting sick of what they want to stay loving what they're doing. And right now they love what they're doing. And I think they're a little bit afraid that if they push it, that they may not. And it may take the fun or the love out of it because they're going to be a bit burned out. You can only expect so much. They are humans at the end of the day. We have to remember that. And, and they need to be able to recharge. And I think, especially with something of this magnitude, and I also think that it's going to take them about a year to prepare anyway. I think they will steadily be working on what the tour will be. And I think, personally, just from what I've seen, and from what I've heard through the grapevine and read in other places, it seems to me that they will eventually tour on this album, but it'll be far after the album has been released. Now, whether they release something else before they go on a tour, I almost doubt that. I'd be very surprised because they would just, it just seems like they would be stacking a lot to do a tour with it. It would feel like they're touring for 2 albums. I see it much better for them to get the album out there, spend time with the album with people, let that thing marinate for a while out there, and get Nightwish is a lot to take in. And I think having a break, taking a year to get everything together, and then when they come out, they're going to come out, as they say, gangbusters. They're going to just boom. And they know how to boom with a lot of fire. And I have never seen fire sequenced in such a insanely awesome way. And really, Metallica doesn't hold a candle. They were using a lot of fire, and I know they've calmed down on that since, Hetfield's accident. But, yeah, I have never seen a band use fire in that way. There could be tons out there that do it, but I personally have never seen a band with all the stuff that's going on use fire like that. That is just incredible. There is a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of logistics. There's a lot to plan for. This is going to be an epic piece. From the sound of everything, it seems to me like they might be taking a break, but they won't really be taking a break. That whole break is going to be planning for the next thing, the next venture, that tour. And it also, again, it lets everybody, can I go be a person for a little bit and then we'll come back to being rock stars? That's basically what's going on. Everybody wants to be human for a little bit before they come back to being rock stars, and that's completely understandable. And I think being smart like this and seeing this beforehand and going, yeah, I'm looking at these chess pieces and this looks problematic. Maybe we should step back and, because this is a beautiful thing we have going here and we don't want to ruin this. And nobody wants to see them ruin this. And, I know that, the fan base for Nightwish has been one of the coolest fan bases I've met. Although fractured, there's asshats in every fan base. There's some, it seems to be in some areas separated into the three singer eras. But overall, the Nightwish army is just an incredible bunch of people. The Floor army, it's just, there's so much love and respect and admiration for this band that I don't think they're going to lose respect from not touring on this album. And this isn't the first band that's done this, and it's just, I think also it's just a matter of how the cards are laying out. They have to recharge. So with all that being said, though, there is still a lot to be excited about. And I have a feeling that even though they won't be touring, I would not be surprised if they did some one-offs. Even another one of those digital deals. They really seem to have enjoyed that, and how it came out. And I think if they did another one, it could be even more grandiose with how, everything has gotten these days. So, in that area of digitalness. So, yeah, really, I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to experiencing it at the same time with everybody. I'm usually playing catch up, so this is going to be really cool. If you haven't already heard Nightwish, strap in, because you're about to go on an excellent ride. We have a huge playlist of stuff. If you want to check out react vids, reviews, all that stuff, we got other news stuff you can get caught up on real quick. Also check out Floor's project Paramore. She's got an awesome album out right now, way more poppy, and then it's not Nightwishy at all. Nightwishy is not a word, but you get what I'm saying. So, but it's still an excellent album. She's got a lot going on in that area, which is very cool. Yeah. So looking forward to hearing more great news and maybe some snippets and vids. Maybe some vids will probably be released before the album. That's what they usually do. So we'll see. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. Like I said, if you haven't already, go check out Nightwish, because yeah. awesome band. And definitely I hope you're having a great day. Hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Leave me some suggestions of stuff to check out. Maybe some favorites of yours of Nightwish that we haven't checked out. We're going to be doing a lot more, getting caught up with some other Nightwish type stuff, watching some shows. So definitely want to stay tuned for that. Have a great day, everybody. See you in the next one.